In the beginning of this movie, we see an ancient king and his men trying to take down a powerful creature, which in fact seemed heavily impossible. Centuries later, we see a young lady known as Elodie and her younger sister Floria trying to gather firewood. Then Elodie spotted people leaving the city, which only implies that the city was running out of resources to keep its citizens. Elodie and her younger sister went straight to see their father, Lord Bayford. Reaching there, they met a strange lady in red, who asked if she was Elodie before passing a letter to her father. Elodie, in both shock and surprise, wants to know what's going on. Her dad finally broke the silence, telling her that the letter is a proposal and that Elodie can now get married to the Prince of Area. But Elodie disagrees with him. Then Lord Bayford further explained to her the state of their kingdom and the benefits her marriage will bring for the kingdom. The next day, Elodie and her family sailed across the sea to see the prince. While in the boat, we see Elodie's stepmother, Lady Bayford, trying to caution them. Then some moment later, the boat passed a fog that had a dragon-looking statue, which terrified everyone at first. Having passed the statue, they arrived at the beauty kingdom Area where the prince resides. The place was more beautiful than where Elodie was coming from, and they were all happy to be this fortunate. The servants welcomed them in, as everything has been perfectly set in place for the arrival of the new visitors. Elodie walks outside trying to adjust to her new reality when she saw another lady like her, which raised her curiosity. The next day, Elodie and her family officially met with King Roderick, Queen Isabel, and Prince Henry. After much, we then see Elodie and the prince together trying to get to know each other. Then we see Lady Bayford and Queen Isabel discussing, and right after their discussion, Lady Bayford sensed that something wasn't right with the marriage. That night, Elodie was preparing for the wedding when her stepmom walks in, telling Elodie to quit the marriage, but Lord Bayford stepped in and interrupted them. The next day, Elodie was fully prepared, and with everyone being present, within a short moment the wedding was over. Elodie and the prince climbed up to some place for the final ancient wedding rituals. Here we see a lady cutting the palms of the new couples and bonding them together, declaring Elodie part of the royal blood. Now this is where this movie gets interesting. The prince carries his newly wedded bride Elodie, but stops halfway before throwing her into a very dark pit. She landed hard inside this horrible place. As confused as she can be, she finds a way to get out of this place, but she meets the creature that killed the ancient king. The creature further reveals that she is a sacrifice to him. Elodie tries to escape from the creature in different possible ways, but this in fact is impossible. Fast forwarding, Elodie had a very challenging experience, but later made it out. But I guess that isn't the right way out, so she hides again. After many trials, her father Lord Bayford came to rescue his daughter. The creature commanded Lord Bayford to call his daughter out from hiding, and when Lord Bayford refused, the creature pierced his finger past Lord Bayford's armor. The creature was then distracted by the guy who accompanied Lord Bayford here, creating a moment at Elodie and her dad. After, we see Elodie climbing a rope that was placed earlier by her Lord Bayford. This action made the creature realize he had been tricked, so he abandoned his initial target for Elodie. She managed to escape using a horse, but the creature still followed her out. Seeing this, she quickly hid herself, which made the creature display his anger around the hill. Queen Isabel isn't pleased with what she is seeing, so she decided to use Elodie's sister, Floria, to complete the ritual, and in the process Lady Bayford was stabbed. The next day morning, Elodie wakes up to find Lady Bayford, her stepmother. Her stepmother explained what has just happened to her sister Floria, that her sister has been thrown into that dark pit. Elodie responded that she was going back to save her sister. Now she fully understands the layout of this pit, so navigating quickly won't be a problem for her. Floria is held captive by the creature as it waits patiently for Elodie. Still waiting, Elodie constructed the perfect trick to distract the creature once again. But this time it was difficult to escape because Floria has an injured leg. Elodie tried to convince the creature that they were not the people the creature really seek, but the creature got even more furious. The creature tells her to accept her fate, but she disagrees, and devises an even bigger trick that makes the creature burn itself with its own fire. The creature lying half dead on its side as Elodie heals its wound. We then see Prince Henry trying to marry another princess, but this time he's stopped by Elodie. Everyone is amazed that she escaped from the creature except for the queen. Elodie advised them to run away for their lives, but only the family of the king and queen stood their ground because of their pride. After much, the creature showed up and destroyed both the queen and her family. If you want to watch more interesting recap like this, just subscribe to this channel and it's free to hit the like button and share. Thanks for watching.